Welcome back, it's Doug MPA. I have a case here of this woman in Santa Cruz County. She was a treasurer, Elizabeth Gustafar, pled guilty to embezzling $38 million in taxpayers' funds. $38 million, guys. And one of the things about this women empowerment feminism thing, the push for more women in leadership positions or elected positions in the corporate sector and the private sector, you're going to see more and more cases like this. And guys, I'm glad, because how many cases of this are we going to have to see before women and feminists stop pushing this narrative that women are just morally superior to men because they're women? So we're going to see what's going on with this Elizabeth Gustafar woman. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. Let's get into this.
Former Santa Cruz County Treasurer Elizabeth Gustafar pleaded guilty to 3 felony charges in federal court. That happened this morning. She's accused of stealing nearly $40 million from the county over a 10-year period.
$40 million in 10 years.
Jesus H. Christ.
Man. And the sad part about cases like this is if she would have stopped at 5 or 10 million, she probably would have got away with it. But most of these people are just greedy and think they're never going to get caught.
News reporter Catherine Patterson joins us live in Nogales. And Catherine, what's next for Gustafar?
Yeah, Valerie,
Catherine can get it. That's what I'm talking about.
Elizabeth Gustfar's future really is now just in the hands of the court after she pled guilty to embezzlement, money laundering, and tax evasion. Travels fast in a small town like Nogales, and the news from this morning is still burning in neighbors' ears.
I feel sorry for her, but I also feel that she should have known better.
This morning,
only reason why she feels sorry for her is because she's a woman. If this was a man, no one would be feeling sorry for him.
Elizabeth Gustafar listened to a judge retell what she had been accused of doing for the last decade. In front of Santa Cruz County leaders, she admitted it was all true.
At least she admitted in a court of law that she was responsible for defrauding the county out of $38 million.
That's millions of dollars that would have otherwise been used for schools and fire response. Gustafar admitted the money was instead used to buy real estate, run her ranch and cattle business, renovations, at least 20 vehicles, as well as personal expenses.
You hear that? So she renovated ranches, over 20 vehicles. And this reminds me, you guys know the biggest public financial fraud in U.S. history was a woman, Rita Crunwell. Look her up. She did $52 million in 20 years. She put her name as a co-writer on the checks of the city's general fund, you guys. Yeah, check out Rita Crunwell.
It leaves many wondering how she got away with it for so long.
Our county supervisors should have had a better watch on our monies.
Santa Cruz County Board of Supervisors Chairman Manny Ruiz says they've already begun internal work to change how public money is handled, but claimed a lot of that responsibility should fall on the state legislature.
When you don't have the whole picture in front of you, that's when these things happen. At the end of the day, the legislature is the one that sets out the duties of each elected official, and hopefully they can put in some kind of mechanisms in there to strengthen the ability of the board to be able to get better checks and balances from whoever the treasurer is.
But
elected as treasurer and betrayed the people. And she probably had less oversight because she's a woman. I'm telling you, women are under less scrutiny than men. Women aren't held as accountable as men in the public sector and the private sector. Until that happens, women are going to keep doing these kind of crimes.
Residents say they remain hopeful that the money will be safe in the future.
I know Tucson people were concerned, and they're going to be watching their monies too, because it can happen.
Gustafar is currently scheduled for sentencing on February 6th. We will, of course, continue to keep you updated both on air and online as soon as we learn more. Reporting live in Nogales, Catherine Patterson, 13 News.
Catherine, thank you. The charges against Gustafar are only part of the fallout from the embezzlement allegations. She faces a civil lawsuit from Santa Cruz County. That suit also names her husband and son. The county is also suing the Arizona Auditor General's office, accusing it of negligence in not catching the embezzlement earlier. That was after the office issued a report outlining how Gutfar took the money and making recommendations to county officials to prevent and detect fraud.
So her husband and her son, I'm going to have to follow up on this because they're screwed. I guarantee you that either the husband or the son is going to get more of a punishment. Is going to get more time than she is. I guarantee that, guys. Watch. You heard it here first. So I'm going to have to do a follow-up on this story. But once again, like I said, women are being empowered like men. They're given the responsibility of men, but they are not held accountable to the same degree. This is going to keep happening. We're going to see more and more of these stories over the next 20 to 30 years, guys. Keep an eye out. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.